Hey, everybody, this is Gore Bolton. I'm the founder and CEO of Land Intelligence here in Columbia, South Carolina, and I welcome you to this episode of Founding Conversations, a show about helping founders in the area get resources for your company. And so I'm really excited today to talk to you about an educational partner here in town. Today with us, we have Dr. Eric Goff. Welcome.
Thank you.
Dr. Goff. He is the Midlands Technical College, the department chair of Engineering and Information Systems Technology program. It's a long name for a really important organization here in town. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah, well, good to have you here. So, as an engineer myself, I always like to talk to folks that are training the next generation of engineers.
Sure.
And so give me an idea, everybody has kind of a story and a past of kind of what brought you here, right?
Sure.
So I'm always curious. Why don't you share with our audience a little bit about how you came to be in the position that you're in, and
Sure.
Go a little bit of background. Where'd you grow up and how'd you get here?
Sure, absolutely. So I grew up in Goff, South Carolina, which is in the Midlands area. Out on a farm in the middle of nowhere, which most of that's what Goff was like whenever I was there. I ended up going to University of South Carolina and got my undergraduate degree there. My undergraduate degree is actually in biology. Had big high hopes of going to medical school whenever I was getting my undergraduate degree, until I figured out that included cutting people open. So that was something that I really wasn't on board with. So after I got out of school, I actually ended up going to teach high school. Ended up teaching high school for a little over 12 years, local area, Cardinal Newman High School, which is also a local private school. Did that for a long time. In the meantime, worked on my master's degree. I have a master's degree in biotechnology from Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. So spent time teaching high school, and actually my wife and I got pregnant with my son, and I decided, well, if I was going to do the whole PhD thing, it was time to do it. So went back to USC again and got my PhD as an old guy. My PhD is actually in biology. And after graduating there, went around, taught a few different places in the area, Columbia College. I was at Winthrop for a little while, spent some time at NC State. But really settled down at Midlands Tech, and I was a biology instructor first. Spent time there teaching the biology courses, but part of my work actually in my postdoc degree, whenever I was working on my PhD, was in augmented reality. So some computer-based learning and some bringing the computer aspects of things to education. Jumped on some of those initiatives at MTC and ended up, the opportunity came open to take over the IST department, and did that. Been there for actually I'm still new there, so only about a semester now, and very recently took over the engineering department as well. So that's kind of where I've been.
Well, that's terrific. A couple of relatable things in that. Obviously we do a lot of work. We're actually here. Our studio is in the University of South Carolina's tech incubator here, which we're a proud partner of that. And then we also have a fair number of University of South Carolina grads, but a lot of the folks have also gone to school elsewhere, including myself. Johns Hopkins is a kindred for me. I went to University of Maryland, so the Hopkins group was a big bar,
I'm sure.
to compete with in engineering in that neck of the woods. But no, that's interesting to hear. So talk to me a little bit about you've got this role is for you a new role. And so you have some, I guess, assimilation to do or assessments to do to figure out what that looks like. So talk to me about and let folks know kind of what's going on at the departments that you're running, and kind of what you're working on to help craft the future of that.
Sure, absolutely. Speaking specifically to our IST department, we have kind of two big branches in IST, the CPT, which is more the development type situation on that end of things. So we have a associate's degree in web development as well as in applications development. And then we have an NSM, or network systems management aspect as well, where we have an associate's degree. Kind of intertwined in those, we have certificates for a lot of different programs, but we're looking to expand those. Relatively recently, we started with a cybersecurity track in our NSM program, which has gotten a lot of interest. Students have come in and been very interested in it. It's growing. A lot of industry partners are looking to partner with us with that, which is outstanding. Some of the new things that we hopefully have got going on in the future. We're working on some machine learning, AI type curriculum stuff. It's still in the works, but hopefully still we're going to progress that as much as we can in the future. On the engineering side, we have absolutely great faculty, great programs over there as well in civil, architectural engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and lots of good partners in the community as well. And we're looking to grow those as much as we can, get as many students in the community and working. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think one of the things that, as a founder, that a lot of people forget is that, most people go to school someplace interesting, and especially depending on what kind of school they go to, they maybe either already live there or got relocated there for another reason, right? And so they kind of like where they are generally, otherwise it wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
They like the climate, they like the seasons, they like, that's kind of first, right?
Sure.
Hard to change the weather at a different latitude. We try, but it's hard.
Absolutely.
But I think that's the opportunity that we see as entrepreneurs in the area is that partnerships with educational institutions make such a big difference, especially for being able to not just to have access to talent and to individuals, but really to also be able to contribute. I think one of the things a lot of founders forget is that we kind of have an obligation to go back to school.
Yeah.
We go back to school every day as a founder, but we have an obligation to go back and say, hey, we're going to need this in the next year or two.
Yeah.
So, please let me give you, this is the stuff we need them taught in their classes so that they can find something to do on the other side.
I think that's a great part of MTC as well. We have a lot of great communications with industries and partners in the area that we can take that information and work with industry partners. Do you need this specific computer programming language taught? We can do that for you, and we can set up to make our students ready for those partners whenever they get out. So.
Yeah, that job readiness, career readiness. Everybody talks about no matter what you think about student loans and things like that. At the end of the day, if there's a job on the other end of that education, that makes all those conversations a whole lot easier.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
So that's very important, and I consider that something that. A lot of founders don't realize how engaging and open most of the time universities and programs like yourselves and colleges are so open, and they're kind of a lot of times starving for that information from industry, right?
Absolutely.
And there's a balance. The industry's worried about proprietary information, right? And then at the same time, though, you need the help. So being able to get through that part of the process. So talk to us. Tell everybody about how many students you have in your programs over there.
So between the two, we've got about 600-700 students across the board. Some programs are a little bit heavier than others right now, and some are growing, but that's about what we're looking at.
It's a pretty good group.
Yeah, great group, very willing. We've got a different population than what you would see at some of the major universities. We have some older students. Some students who are coming back from a previous job or previous career to try something new. Yeah. People that have been out of school and decided they wanted to start their education or their secondary education a little bit later. We've got a lot from the military as well that go through our programs that have done their time and done their service and have now come back to finish up a degree.
Yeah.
So
what I like to say, what I like about the demographic of your program is that it really is truly a diversity of backgrounds and experience.
Absolutely.
Right. And as much as that's been in the news, right?
Yeah.
If you're not recruiting from and engaging with a program like that, you're not possibly going to be able to solve that problem.
Sure.
So I think that's one of the things that we look at our company anyway as very positive, because the best ideas are what need to win in business.
Yeah.
And those ideas can come from anywhere. And so you got to be able to open that up from an innovation economy standpoint. So tell me about the types of programs. What types? You got 700 people. What are they going through now? What types of programs can the community engage with you all on?
So, like I said, we have programs, lots of applications development that we have an associate's degree, like I said, in that. website development, that sort of thing. We have a certificate and help desk for IT as well. And we're actually kind of reworking that curriculum a little bit to make it a little more heavy on the computer knowledge aspects of things. So because ever evolving workplace, you're going to see a lot more of those kind of situations pop up. Network systems is getting large. Our cybersecurity, like I said, is
cyber is probably. I mean, we've talked to a lot of other CEOs and founders, and they are really getting a lot of pushback, primarily from their insurance companies and underwriters about their cyber issues.
Yeah,
and I think most small and medium sized businesses really better start paying attention to that.
Absolutely,
and making sure. And I think that security aspect is going to be in really high demand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Long as we're using zeros and ones over the airwaves, right?
Absolutely.
Which doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon.
Absolutely. We partner with a few professional organizations as well that we're trying to bring in conferences and stuff to our campus to make students more aware of this. There's tons of jobs out there in cyber, so that we can get more involved in that as well.
Absolutely. So why don't you tell the folks a little bit about what can the community do, and what can we do in industry, in actual, career and industry, how can we be a good partner to you? How do we help you prepare the folks that either need to work during school or after they're finished your program or they complete a program at Midlands Tech? How can we help the best? What can the business community do for you?
So we're always looking for internship opportunities. Our students are eager to get out and get some real world experience and to get into an office, into a lab, and to work with some industry partners. So if anyone's ever interested in having interns, we have tons of opportunities, both in IST and engineering, that individuals are looking to get into the workplace. I'll also throw out that we're always looking for members of our advisory board. So those are the individuals that give us advisement on what we're going to do as far as curriculum wise. So new things that are coming up in the industry world that we may not be aware of. We love that information. So the more that we can get, the better, and we can tailor our programs to meet it.
Yeah, what's coming? Because I mean, it takes a while to put those programs together.
Sure.
It takes a while to put the curriculum together, find the subject matter experts for it. I mean, it's a fair amount of work to get that put together.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, well, good. Well, listen, we really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come talk to us today.
Thanks for having us.
We hope those of you that are watching this, that you learned something about the programs at Midlands Technical College here in Columbia. And we hope that you all will take advantage of contacting Dr. Goff if you're interested in partnering with him, and if you're interested in creating local jobs, because really that's always a good thing to do, right?
Absolutely.
All right, well, good. Well, thanks for coming, and we will see you around town.
Sounds great. Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.